India getting F-16 Block 70 fighters. Lockheed Martin and India's Tata Group have formalized an agreement to relocate the manufacturing of the most advanced F-16 fighter jets to India. The effort is aimed at securing a multi-billion-dollar deal from Delhi. The announcement comes days ahead of Indian PM Narendra Modi's visit to Washington for a meeting with President Trump. What's in the deal? India will be able to produce, operate and export the multi-fighter F-16 Block 70 aircraft, a joint release said. Contingent upon the US and Indian government agreement and approval, F-16 Block 70 aircraft would be produced exclusively in India, said a Lockheed Martin statement to the BBC. The F-16 Block 70, the next production version of the aircraft, would be the only F-16 version in production. As such, India would become the future home of F-16 production worldwide. Many see the arrangement as a boost to Mr. Modi's Make in India push, although it may take years to bear fruit. Lockheed and Tata would have to win a formal bidding process to begin co-manufacturing. Why does India need it? India needs to replace over 200 aged MiGs that are already pushing the expiry date, experts say. The Russian-supplied MiGs have faced criticism over the years for alleged malfunctioning and frequent crashes that have killed scores of Indian pilots. Russians blame the crashes on poor Indian maintenance. India has been trying to ease its traditional reliance on Russia by diversifying its spying options. India bought French Rafales off the shelf in 2016 after lengthy and arduous negotiations. The F-16s are said to be up against competition from Sweden's Saab Group and its Gripen jets. How cutting-edge are F-16s? F-16s have dominated the global market for years. More than 3,000 of the multi-role aircraft are currently in use by 26 countries. F-16 production in India will support thousands of jobs in the US and India, said a joint statement issued from Paris, apparently to counter expected criticism that the deal would fall foul of Mr. Trump's America First policy. Are there other risks for India? Russia has long been considered a close Indian ally. For decades India bought Russian armaments to fulfill its defense needs. But India's suggested towards the US has come in for sharp criticism by some. The Lockheed Tata announcement could be seen through the same prism. The Russians are not in contention in the single-engine aircraft race because they have nothing to offer to India, says relocate. But some commentators in India are asking if the agreement with the Tata is an effort by Lockheed to offload old technology in India. Defense writer relocate agrees with Mr. Chelani. An email reply, Lockheed countered, the F-16 remains the backbone of the U.S. Air Force's frontline air fleet and the U.S. Air Force plans to operate F-16s, alongside F-35s and other aircraft, for decades into the future, he told the BBC. The U.S. Air Force recently announced plans to extend the structural service life of up to 841 of its F-16s. Another worry is that it could take years for any F-16 to get off the assembly lines in India, assuming Lockheed Tata win the tender and get on with the job of setting up manufacturing units. The glacial pace of India's bureaucracy is a major cause for concern, with tenders, trials and manufacturer shortlists before anything can move on the ground. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe.